Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest on another scorcher. I think my grandmother used to call it a scotcher. She was a real New England accent type of person. It is warm out there. We have today Billi Manning with us, and she is the chairperson, Hopedale Cultural Council, of the Hopedale Day in the Park. This is a very well-known event in this part of the woods, over in Hopedale, which is near Upton. And vendors can go there, and it's a beautiful venue. Welcome, Billi.
Thank you for
I
having me.
forgot that her name was spelled with an I at the end. So I was expecting someone called Bill Manning. And when she walked in our door, I went, that's not a guy. Who is this?
I know, I get phone calls sometimes, and they expect a deep voice to answer.
Somebody else wants to contact you. I think she was there last year, and she lost the contact. So I said, Bill, I'll correct it when I get back. Billi. Welcome, Billi.
Thank you.
Is it hot enough for you out there?
It is.
You could fry an egg out on the.
Definitely.
So, Billi, how long have you been the chairperson for Hopedale Day?
I was trying to figure that out before I came, and I'm really not sure. I think it's 20 years. It could be more than that. I'm not sure. I think I've been on the council for probably 30 years, but other people were chairpersons before me.
Yep.
I've lost track. I'm not good at keeping the years straight.
You must like it, or for that long.
Nobody else wants the job, really.
Why? Wouldn't it be fun?
It is a lot of work, though. Yeah.
Now you have to. Are you the one that they send the checks to if they want to be a vendor?
No, we do have one. We have 7 people on the council. One girl, Jean Hill, takes care of all the vendor applications. We have another girl, Kelly O'Malley, who takes care of the juried art show. And I do the entertainment and the publicity and the sponsors. So
yeah. You got the real big job.
Yeah.
You like it. Now, when is it going to be? What are the hours?
It's Saturday, September 17th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Hopedale Town Park. And it is Saturday, and we do have a rain date of Sunday.
And I think from what I learned, I sent my money in last year, but I wasn't really ready to go yet. So that's okay. They keep the money. Maybe I'll go this year. I'm not sure. But I think there's a rule that says once you get set up there, you cannot leave till 4, right?
No, they don't want people breaking down their booths in the midst of when people are still coming. It's.
How about parking for the vendors?
Well, we allow people to come into the park, drive right into the park to unload, but then we ask them to park a little ways away so that we leave some space for the attendees to come. We set out some extra cones for handicap parking.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So at 4 o'clock, the vendors can drive up onto the park again.
Yep, and pack up.
And if it rains that day, you go Sunday, right?
Yes.
Has it ever happened that way?
Only once that I remember, or twice that I remember that it happened. And then this was several years ago, I remember. We started out, and I remember my son was visiting with his family. And all of a sudden, the skies just opened up.
Oh.
And I was like, my heart sank.
Yeah.
But it was a shower. And it was in the morning, probably 10:30 or 11, and after that went through, the sun came out. It was an absolutely gorgeous afternoon. And
what about
people
the
came.
vendors who don't have that tent? Oh.
Most of the vendors do bring tents, because fortunately we've been very lucky and we've had nice, bright, sunny days.
Yeah.
So it's really a good idea to bring a canopy with you, because there's not a whole lot of shade in the park.
No, there isn't. I think something you can get, I think at Walmart or anywhere. It's called a painter's cover, someone told me. It's like plastic, and if it does let go, it keeps everything okay. Maybe?
Yeah, most people who are accustomed to going to different fairs, they come prepared.
With a tent. How many people participate?
Oh, it's hard to say. Now, for this year, because it's 2 months away yet, I really don't know how many vendors we have so far. Some people tend to come in at the last minute, but we usually have a park full of vendors. We take crafters from anywhere. It can be from New Hampshire, Rhode Island, anywhere. We encourage businesses from Hopedale or business owners who live in Hopedale but may have a business somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have all the school groups come, and especially the high school kids. They sell pizza or cotton candy. They usually have a dunk booth, and this is their way to fundraise.
Authors, too.
Yeah.
Authors. I remember many years ago, I was there with the 3 kids, and I'm an artist, too, and I had the display. I remember exactly where it was. It was a beautiful day. If anybody isn't familiar with the Hopedale Park, it's got its character all of its own. I can't describe it.
Yeah, well, it's I don't even know in acreage how much it is. It's pretty large, and it's open. And of course, we're right across from the Hopedale Pond, and sometimes there's really a nice breeze that comes through there.
Right. Now, the bathroom situation, I think I had asked Jean or something. I think you leave your booth, you can go across the street to the little red schoolhouse there?
Well, there are bathrooms there. In fact, they were just renovated and painted and refurbished right at the park.
Real bathroom, not the porta potties?
No, real bathroom.
Oh, I thought last year it was porta potties. I thought, well, maybe with COVID that isn't a great
No.
idea. That's wonderful.
No, the bathrooms have always been there, but just this year, there were pictures on Facebook. It's been painted and updated, and it's really quite lovely now. I haven't gone in yet, but I saw the pictures.
And it's, how many seaters is it? Is it a big one?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
good to
2.
know, too, because I think
Yeah.
a lot of people were concerned. I thought about COVID. I thought, I don't know about those porta potties. That's not
No.
too clean. That's not a good idea. We are talking with Billi Manning, and she is the chairperson of the Hopedale Cultural Council's Hopedale Day in the Park. Every year they have this, and it is in September. What's the date again?
17th.
How can they get a hold of you, Billi?
Okay, well, we do have a Facebook page, Hopedale Cultural Council, community organization. Also, we are part of the town of Hopedale, so we are under boards and commissions, so we can be reached through the town hall.
Okay, and I think I had direct contact with, is her name Jean?
Jean Hill is the person who is taking the vendor applications, and those applications for the art show and for vendors is on the town website.
It's on the website at Hopedale.
Right.
Okay, I don't remember her exact email address, but if you go to the Hopedale main thing, you're going to get your information that you need.
Yeah.
It's not juried. I hate juried stuff. It's not juried,
Well,
is it?
the art show is, not the crafts.
Okay. The art show. That's
art
going to be
show.
hard to do because everybody has their own thing in art, and crafts too. I've been to some art exhibits, and they have like first place, second place, the awards. And a lot of us scratch our heads like, how did that get first place? You wonder.
Well, of course, judging is somewhat subjective.
Yeah, it
but
makes you wonder.
For the art show, an artist can submit 3 pieces of work for $20 to be displayed. It can be for sale, or you can designate not for sale. We do give first, second, and third prizes, sometimes honorable mention, depending on how many entries there are. And it can be in acrylics, oil, and really any medium.
Any medium.
Photography. Yeah.
Have you ever seen encaustic? The encaustic. It looks like thick paint, waxy. It's beautiful. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, we call that mixed media.
Mixed
so
media.
anything that doesn't fall into the other categories would be mixed media.
Are you an artist too?
I do photography.
Oh, my husband's a retired photographer too.
So, I usually do put in some pieces.
You like to do it?
I do.
You like photography? What do you like to film the most?
Well, I do when I travel. I like to take pictures. And then lately, well, not even lately, for many years now, I've been making books through Shutterfly. So now I have about 25 books that I have made. And
For sale to the public?
No, just for me.
Just for you?
Yeah. And also of my family, I have 3 grandchildren, so over the years I've made books, and I make a copy for them and a copy for me.
Hardcover, softcover?
Hardcover.
That is great.
Yeah, my grandchildren were visiting. They live in Florida, and they were visiting me recently. And even though I've given them books, I don't know, I think their mother has squirreled them away somewhere. So all of a sudden they saw this pile of books, and they got the biggest kick out of seeing themselves when they were much younger. They're all teenagers now. So, so at the day in the park, I do have a booth with, I make cards out of my photographs. Landscapes, butterflies, flowers, that sort of thing.
Have you ever seen the Blackstone Valley Art Group down in Uxbridge?
Mm-hmm.
We went in there on one of their exhibits. It's pretty good. I like everybody different. I like cute cards. With my abstract art, which is totally different from what you do. Abstract. I've got many of them for sale. I was going to put them out there last year, but I thought, that's when I got a little bit nervous about the COVID. But it's fun to make the cards. Do you take what you create and bring it to like Staples and they run them off? How do
I
you
make
do
the
it?
cards myself. I get blank cards.
You get them, okay, you do it that
And I
way.
make them, yeah.
When did you start being artistic? Do you remember?
Well, my father did some photography, and being the dumb kid that I was, I would go into the dark room with him, and he did mostly black and white. He did do color occasionally, but I never really learned. I would be in there with him, but I never really learned. And it wasn't until after college and I started a family that I really started getting very interested in taking pictures. And then I joined a camera club, and
Is there one locally? A camera?
yeah, I belong to one that, we were meeting down in Franklin at Dean College, but because of COVID, now we've been meeting online. It's called Stony Brook Camera Club.
That's pretty. I think my husband and I went to an exhibit in Franklin, and he exhibited his photography. And I think honorable
we have-
mention. Did
I
you?
went out and associated.
Was it honorable mention that you won? I think he did the Franklin one. You did. He got a wood gizmo. He had a little
Yeah.
ribbon. He got one, and that was his first shot out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably won prizes too.
I have, yeah.
It's supposed to be fun to get those. You're like, they really did it.
Yeah, I don't exhibit really anyplace else. I exhibit at the day in the park, and that's
You like it.
That's pretty
I'm
much it.
wondering if I love the Hopedale Library, Bancroft. It is so peaceful in there. I wonder. I don't think I really ever looked around too much, but I think the little book sale thing and little. Do you ever exhibit your art there?
No.
It's a.
No,
it's a
I don't
great
think they
place.
have a lot of wall space for that. They do down in the basement. Sometimes they do children's artwork from the schools. They'll have a
Yeah.
project and they'll put that up.
So, Billy, tell us again. How could they reach you about the day in the park?
Okay. People can call me in Hopedale, or as I said, they can go onto the Town of Hopedale website, and under boards and commissions, we are the Cultural Council, and you'll see a tab for vendor applications and for the art show.
What's the cutoff date for vendors to sign up?
I believe it might be September 1st.
I think last year it was something about August, late August.
Yes, yeah, because we need time to kind of figure out where everybody's going to be placed.
Yeah, I think you could request an area. They can't promise
Yes,
you.
right.
I think Glenn Ickler, hello Glenn, our resident whodunit guy, he likes to always be near the tennis courts.
Mhm.
So I've driven by there and I'm thinking, duh, the tennis courts are right there, right there.
Yeah, most of the vendors are along the tennis courts.
I remember
'Cause they
when
have
I
fencing.
was there, isn't there a sidewalk? in
Yes.
front? Okay, and there were vendors
Hmm.
going along the side there.
Yeah,
I was
usually
up to the left.
Both sides of the tennis courts. Down near the playground and near the bandstand, that's where we have the food.
Yeah.
We don't have really any commercial people doing food. We have high school classes or organizations coming in and doing hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, pizza, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now for entertainment this year, we have Mike Grotowski lives in Hopedale, and he's a wonderful DJ, and he is doing all day from 10 until 4. With some breaks in between. And he plays games with the kids. He brings a bubble machine. He does hula hoop games, finding the diamond. They have to go all over the park and look for things, and he gives prizes and candy, and the kids love him. So he's going to do that. We also have Rainforest Reptiles coming at 11 a.m. And they're out of Beverly, and they have come every year for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now, at least, and they bring sometimes a small alligator or a crocodile, some snakes.
Snakes? Oh.
Yeah, lizards, that
Lizards
sort of
I
thing.
like, snakes no.
And they do a really, really great program.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, we're going to have animal craze, little baby animals, bunnies, chickens, farm animals.
Like a petting zoo?
A petting zoo.
That is so cool. Do you ever have Southwick Zoo come on board for that day?
No, we haven't.
I know the head lady there, and they're terrific. All I have to do is invite them, and there's somebody here, they bring at least a couple critters with them. We've had everything from a parrot to a huge, humongous turtle, a hedgehog. One of these things got loose where we were used to film. It went right down the hall. I always tell people, see if you agree with me, Billy, that so that if you have to go to the John, you don't have to just get up and desert your table. Have a friend come with you, your spouse, somebody to sit there. You agree?
Oh, sure. Even the people in the next booth will take care of things. You know, if you say, I need to go use the restroom or something, and people set up next to you will be very happy to keep an eye on things.
One problem with that is that they haven't got what they've got labeled as to the price, because I don't want to haggle with somebody over someone else's things, you know?
Right.
That's a good thing. And it's been how long since Hopedale Day in the Park originally?
This is the 42nd. So we kind of skipped a year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So otherwise it would have been the 43rd, but it's the 42nd. I wasn't involved way back then because I tried to figure out, it must have been 1980 when it started. And I don't think I got involved with the council until the late 80s.
So you got involved. How do you get involved with the Hopedale Cultural Council?
Well, it started out when the town had their bicentennial. I was on the parade committee. And then somehow I saw something in the newspaper, Milford Daily News, saying something about the Cultural Council. They were called the Arts Council at that time. Needed members, otherwise they were going to be in trouble because they didn't have enough members. So I had just gotten through with the parade committee, and so I joined.
And you liked
and that was it. Yeah.
So in the beginning,
been around
what did
ever
you
since.
start off as? A member, and then you worked
Just a
your way
member,
up?
yeah.
How many people are in that?
Well, right now there's 7 of us.
Yeah.
And, you know, we get our business done, but for the day in the park, we desperately need volunteers. We get the Boy Scouts to help us in the morning, and then we ask for husbands, brothers, sons, cousins, neighbors, anybody to help us in the morning, because it's very, very hectic when all the vendors are coming in trying to set up. So we look for some people who aren't council members to help us in the morning. And then at the end of the day also, cleanup is easier than setup, and it really takes less time. By 4:30, the park is deserted. It's amazing.
Do people have to be, a volunteer have to be from Hopedale?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. So if somebody from Upton or any who can come
No,
help.
anybody.
All right. So what do you need the most? Manpower to lift up tables, that type of thing?
Yeah, we do have a couple of men that help us, but we have racks that we hang the art on, and it's stored under the bandstand, but the art show tent is down in the last tennis court. So usually we get somebody with a truck to transport it over, but then the panels have to be hooked together, much like these panels that you have here, but they have to be hooked together, and then the artists come in, and we have to have at least 3 people helping to hang the pieces, and they have to be hung by category too. So it like I said, it's very hectic first thing in the morning.
I would think a lot of the kids locally, teenagers, would probably enjoy helping out. Maybe some of the boys that are really getting strong.
Well, like as I said, the Boy Scouts do help us with a
They
lot
do
of that.
help.
We also rent some tables and chairs so that people have a place to sit, to eat. So they help us with that. But a lot of the kids are are helping out with their own high school booths,
Yeah.
because they're fundraising. So they
Like
have,
Biggie brownies and all these wraps.
yeah, they have homemade goodies and
Oh.
yeah.
I wonder if it's really hot, how do they keep these things from like melting?
Well, they usually have coolers with ice and
Coolers up.
stuff.
So okay, so there's going to have the thing where you toss the thing to get somebody to fall into the water.
Probably a class will do that. Usually every year some class will pick that up.
Yeah.
They try to get the principal in there.
Can it be anybody coming in as a customer will get on that and go down?
Oh, sure.
I would think if it gets to be too hot, I'm going to say, get me on that thing. I don't want to get down,
Yeah.
And they do. I've seen people actually get dunked in. Dunk tank. That's
Yeah,
what it's called.
dunk
Did
tank.
you ever go
Yeah.
in it?
No.
I would like to go in it. That doesn't bother me. It would be fun. The thing is, you're going to look like you're scraggly, but who cares if it's that hot, right? Billy, how again can they reach you about the Hopedale Day at the park?
Okay, they can go onto Facebook, Hopedale Cultural Council, community organization, or they can find us through the town website, Hopedale, and look under boards and commissions for Cultural Council.
Where do you meet? Every month?
We usually meet, we don't have a set meeting time. We meet as needed. So we meet at the town hall.
Good idea. I thought maybe the library. I don't know.
We used to meet down in Draper Place.
Yeah.
They would allow us to go down there, the retirement home, assisted living. But then when COVID started, we couldn't.
Yeah.
So we started meeting at the town hall. We had a couple of Zoom meetings, and our meetings are still, as all the town meetings are, televised now.
Yeah.
But we've been meeting in person. We're small enough that we can spread out in the room.
Who does the advertising besides coming here on the show? But who is in charge of getting?
Me.
You're in charge of it.
Yeah.
So where do you advertise?
Facebook
Yeah.
and the town paper in Hopedale, and then I also I have a media email list. Like the Milford Daily News, the radio. We always have a contract with WMRC.
Yeah.
And they come out and they set up a little booth for a couple hours and they do promos on the
Live
radio.
shows, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I love that type of. Oh, that is
Yeah.
really great. I know that you're in. There's the Milford Town Crier, but also we have the Upton Mendon Town Crier.
We don't have a town crier. We have the Hopedale News, which
Yeah.
comes out the first week of the month.
Where do
It's
you pick
monthly.
a copy of that up?
Well, it's sent to every resident.
Yeah.
But they usually will have extra copies in the post office or at the library.
Okay, because I like getting
Yeah.
papers from different towns.
Yeah.
People say, well, why do you care about things? Because there's so many interesting people that are written about, and there'd be great guests on the show. Really, really.
Yeah, I do send information to the town crier in the other towns so that they can
I've seen
publicize
it.
it.
I've seen the Hopedale Day, and that's how I years ago found out about it. In our town crier every month, they list all the events coming up,
Mhm.
and that's where I first heard about it. I think that's really great.
Yeah.
How about Franklin? Do you get advertised down there?
Usually not.
No.
No.
You get enough people where you're going.
I guess, yeah. Try to do the, surrounding Mendon, Upton,
Yeah.
Milford, Hopedale.
I know the president of the auxiliary over at the Milford Hospital. You could probably, I think they're meeting again, you could probably just come in as a little guest, get up and speak about it, and we could use some assistance, or if you want, that'd be another good place to get the word out. In fact, I could put you in touch with her. And there's
Okay.
another nice place to get the word out. Whether they're meeting in person right now, or if she has the time, she will get it out there for you. Now, it's not bad. There's a lot of people in that auxiliary at Milford Hospital.
Yeah. The other thing that we do as a council is we organize the summer band concerts on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
So we start them in June, and guess what? This week we got heated out.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to have a concert Wednesday. I postponed it till Thursday, yesterday. Too hot. So we canceled it, and I'm in touch with the band now to see if they can do a makeup date later in August.
How many do you get per summer? How many bands come?
We had 6 concerts scheduled this year.
Is there a beach in Hopedale? We have one here in Upton, but do you have one?
Well, we used to have swimming at the
Yeah.
pond, but and that's where my boys learned to swim many years ago. They had, a raft and swimming lessons and all, but no more. People go down there to fish, But
You mean where the little ducks are and the little red
Yeah.
house?
Yeah.
That's a cute little place. I always wondered if you could go in there and go swimming, but no? You wouldn't want to?
No, I don't think so.
No.
There's a lot of geese down there.
I bet you over at where is the Hopedale Senior Center?
It's in the community house, which is in downtown. It's a room in the community house. They don't have their own separate building.
Do they know about, they must know about it.
Oh, of course, yeah. Because I make up flyers. I haven't done it yet because I'm still waiting to get more information, and I put out flyers and I leave them around town, and I send them to the newspaper and everything to.
Be sure that if you have time, or mail to me. Get the flyers. There's like 3 or 4 bulletin boards down in our lobby here.
Oh, sure.
And you can put them up and get the word out here just as well. It'd be fun. Even though, I don't know if you ever get to Worcester, but UMass Medical, right near the cafeteria, big public bulletin boards.
Oh, wow.
It's another great place to get the word out. I want to get you the contact for the gal that is the head of the auxiliary. She's had a lot of surgery, so I don't know if she's up to it, but we'll see. And if maybe she can help me steer you somewhere else. But the more the merrier, right?
Exactly.
I wonder, do you have a limit on how many people? Did I ask you that?
Oh, no.
No limit, right?
No limit.
Sometimes I tell people, well, if you can't afford, some people can't, the whole table, share, split. I've seen this
Now,
at
ours are reasonable. It's $40
Yes.
to have a table, and if you split it with somebody,
Yeah.
it's $20.
And that's also
A
somebody
lot
to
of
sit there.
a lot of other fairs I've inquired because I know friends who do it. $75, $100.
Yes. That's
You
like
have
a
to
lot of
sell
book
a
fairs.
lot of merchandise to make
Yeah.
your money back.
A lot of book fairs are like that. They're very expensive. It's worth
Yeah.
it to go, but at the same time, it's very. So you cut it in half, and that also gives you someone sitting there if you got to go to the bathroom. I always think about that. Like, I'm not going to want to sit here for 8 hours. I got to get up and move. What if I want to buy something too?
Well, I share a table with my friend because I'm chairperson. I'm running around, checking on things, and so she does quilts and some. She makes mittens out of sweaters, and so she's very good about manning the table as I take off for now and then.
Billy, thank you. I hope we see you next year too. Good luck with this coming up. And
Thank
if you
you.
want to get on, go to the Hopedale Day in the Park. Be a customer there. You can sign up, be a vendor. A lot of fun. Thanks for being with us.
Okay, thank
See you
you.
next time with you, my guest.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer than it seems.